Alright, what are we talking about today? Oh yeah, the Outlast Trials. The game's a lot of fun, I gotta say, I'm having a blast. It's the only thing I've been playing for the past several weeks now, and that definitely says a lot. No, but for real, I'm actually, this is a great game. You know, one of probably, I've always been a fan of PvE, horror-esque type games or thriller games. I played a lot of Friday the 13th back in the day, but this game really is just something else. I mean, who knew that running away from the criminally insane would be so much fun? I mean, I certainly didn't, but when the opportunity came to play the Outlast Trials beta a few months ago, I said, you know what, why not? It's free, I got time, I'm chilling, and oh, I did not expect to have so much fun. I mean, it was just a blast. I remember this one moment where, so there's the police station map, and it's the Kill the Snitch mission. And we're going to the basement, we're trying to turn on the generators, but what ended up happening was two of my team members, one of them went down to the cop, and then the other one went in to rescue him, and then he went down. So then it's just me. I was waiting for them to come back, I was holding the garage door, but anyways, I go in there, I sneak it through, and I clutch the revive, and it was just like, oh my god, they're thanking me, I'm a hero. Words can't really describe accurately how intense that moment was, and especially since I was new to the game, I didn't really know too much about what was going on, so my heart was just racing. Now, we ended up getting a C grade on the trial as a whole. We completed it, but we didn't do too good of a job. But man, that was when I was like, that's when I made the decision that as soon as this game came out for release, I'm buying it. And lo and behold, when it actually came out, it was only $40. So that was another bonus for me. And truthfully, after about 40 hours, still don't have any regrets. I like the game still. I think it's fun. I do have some concerns though. It's a matter of updates, it's a matter of content, and what the plans that Red Barrel has for this game, what those are. I will admit, after the first or second reagent release, which is basically just completing the hardest program of the hardest trials, if you will. I've done that twice, 3 times now up until this point. It does start to get a little tedious. The repetition of just doing those same trials over and over again, especially when you're doing it solo, gets a little boring. But no matter what, I don't care. No matter what, if you go in with a 4-person squad, 3 randoms and yourself, I've always had a blast. There's never a dull moment, because you never know what's going to happen. I've had trial runs where we're all getting our asses kicked, and it's brutal. But then I've had other times where I'll get a squad together, just random people, and we will click immediately, and we will just run through our trials. We will just absolutely destroy any opposition that gets in our way. And no mics too, no mics. Usually this happens with just pinging and basic text communications, but no voice chat or anything. Just a couple of random players come together and just absolutely destroy the game. Just absolutely run through everything. And I think that's part of the beauty of Outlast Trials, because it can go either way. You never really know when you're going into a trial what's going to happen. Now, admittedly, after you keep replaying the trials, yeah, it does get a little easy to figure out, oh, there's going to be a guy here, another guy over here, and I know exactly what to do in this scenario. You play the trials enough, it'll get pretty easy. And if you play the trials solo, and you've played them enough to where you know where everything is and how it's probably gonna, you probably already know how it's gonna go down, and nothing really surprises you. It's not that unpredictable. So really what this game needs, it needs more content. 3 maps, variations of each of the maps, that's cool and all, but we need to figure out, or at least get a clue as to how updates, event releases, content releases, how those are going to go. Because if this is going to be a live service game that lasts, you don't want to have it end up being a Halo Infinite situation where the updates are 8 months apart, and there isn't 8 months of content. A part of me is like, yeah, they could probably do it in less than 5 months or something, but I mean, if we're talking making entirely new maps, I don't think it's going to be a very easy process. I don't think it's going to take 2 months to make a new map. I think it'll take more like 6 or maybe closer to 8 months. So that'll be interesting to see. I know they're experimenting with limited time modes with that program Delta. They're adding different modifiers, things like that. So that would be cool if they added more of those, maybe every week or bi-weekly. But definitely updates to maps and adding new maps. We need to figure out how frequently that's going to happen. That's going to be the difference between this game dying a few months from now or thriving a few months from now. If you look at the Steam charts, the player numbers have gone down significantly, but the point it's at now, it isn't too worrisome. At worst, it's at 3,000 people. 3,000 people is still a lot of people playing. It might not be I don't know, CS:GO numbers, but it's certainly still a lot of people. Personally, I believe those player numbers are going to hold. I don't know for how long, though. I don't know if they'll still be staying consistently at 3,000 2 months from now. But for the time being, in the short term, those numbers will hold. I really want to see this game succeed. I really want to see it come out of early access, just come out swinging. I want it to have a bright future. I want it to stick around a while. But I really think that's going to come down to how frequently are we going to get these updates, these new maps, and not even necessarily new maps, but events, limited time events, or just new content in general. New challenges on the current maps, things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be the addition of new maps, but give us some updates, give us some new challenges. I think what would be cool probably would be a Naked and Afraid playlist, which is basically just Naked and Afraid is the most difficult trial. It's in the Program X thingamabob. Yeah, the Program X thingamabob, and it's no rigs, and you're naked and afraid, and I to this day still haven't been able to get better than a C grade on that type of trial, so would be cool to get that Naked and Afraid playlist. But in conclusion, the game gets updates on a fairly frequent basis. As long as it isn't 8 months apart, I should be fine then. What about you guys? Have you been playing the Outlast trials? If you have, what are your thoughts? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you concerned about how future content will be dealt with? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you liked the video, maybe leave a like if you feel like it, and possibly, perhaps, even a sub, again, if you feel like it. But that's pretty much all I have to say, all I have to talk about when it comes to this game. I might cover it in the future, but we'll see. But other than that, yeah, take care.